Hey guys, hope you're all doing fantastic today. I am, but because the rest of my week is going downhill from here. Like downhill in a good way. Like it's gonna be far less strenuous and me just coasting the rest of the week. The beginning of the week was a little crowded, and like today I got to work at 8. I didn't get home until 8 at night. Just because I had like 3 meetings that I had to go to, I had to drive around to. Each one was like, well, it took a little while to get there, but each one was like 2 hours, so it took up a good amount of time today. And like I said, I didn't get home until like 8 o'clock now. While I was at these meetings though, I had a lot of free time to think, and one of the things that kept passing through my brain was the basement, because I really want to get that worked on. Right now he has furring strips on the wall, which are the really thin pieces of wood that you can put on the wall. They're only like what, 1.25 inches or 2 inches thick, somewhere around there, and you really only put those on the wall or use those for framing when you don't plan on doing any electrical or plumbing. And which he didn't apparently realize, because he still ran, like he cut the insulation in a weird like angle going down to get the wire through. I'm like, that's not how you do that. If you're running wire, you're running plumbing at all, use 2x4s. That's the way to do it. You're not gonna sacrifice any stability in the wood, any of the insulation. But then I also thought about, what about painting the walls of the basement? And apparently that's a really bad idea, and I didn't know this. That idea is out the window, and right now it's seeing what's down there, making sure the walls are stable and okay. I think at this point we've basically covered up any, or fixed any leak that there might have been in the past, or putting the dehumidifier down there to help take out a lot of that moisture. The only thing I got to do at this point is get somebody down there to take a look at one of the corners that was, we did see some mold. So I want to get someone to take a look at that. But once that's done, I can honestly, I could just start hauling stuff away at this point. Take out the bar, take out the microwave, take out the sink, the whole countertop thing that just doesn't work. Put in my own stuff down there, create a big open space. And it's going to be easy, because all I have to do is finish off the walls, drywall it, insulate it, get wiring going through it for outlets, finish the floor, spray paint the ceiling black with the chrome ducts going through it. I think that'll look real sharp. And there you go, you're done. The only downside to all this is the money part of it, which I totally get. I need to save up for it and do the process properly. So that's gonna be probably the next big project, is working on that. I'm working on the landscaping now. I would show you right now, but it's like almost 11 o'clock at night, so you can't really see much out there right now. But mowed the lawn and got an actual good picture of how I want to set up my lawn or my patio. The Pop Funko figures, once I actually get those sold, once I get pictures taken, send it to a couple places, see what they want to buy off of me, that is going to go towards the fence. It may not be a whole fence, it may just be partial in certain spots, but then I want to have trees planted around sections of it as well, to kind of help with that. Alright, so now that it's actually the next day, I want to take you guys through the basement. Now that I've had some time to actually think about what I want, how it's going to benefit me, but also moving forward. Because when I first came in here, my idea was a grand idea of ripping everything out, start over. That would be fine if I planned on being here for the long haul, and I don't. I plan on being here for roughly 5 years, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, depends on what happens, but 5 years is around my goal. Then I want to rent this out. So doing all that stuff just isn't feasible. I need to do something that works for now and works for the future. Now, what does that all entail of? Well, for one, this bar is going to be coming out. This whole area is going to be ripped out. I'm going to frame all around this area, finish off this room to have as a bedroom or an office or whatever somebody wants to do down here. and continue all the way around. The issue with this, and this stuff was installed correctly, but I still think this may have been fairing strips, which is not something you want to do, and I'll show you why. You can see it in this little makeshift room that he has over here. We need to get that looked at because that's not good. So that's the next step, is having somebody come and take a look at that corner of the wall. The issue with the fairing strips is you only use fairing strips when you only plan on doing insulation. If you plan on running things through it, you don't use fairing strips. You just don't. He went and ran the stuff along the top. That's also not correct. You're going to be running it like you would if you were upstairs. You're going to be running it through the 2x4. Running it straight through. Drill a hole right through it and run your wires, run your plumbing, whatever you got to do. That's how you run it. You don't do it like that. This room is just going to be finished. Right now it's just being used for storage, which I got to go through and organize some of it. All the track is coming out for the ceiling. Paint the ceiling or spray paint it all black and have the chrome going through it for the metal. I think that'll look real sharp. The bar, like I said before, it's all getting ripped out. I don't know why you would build in the fridge like that, especially one that's that big and bulky, and that doesn't work. That's got to come out. Microwave is broken. Sink, there's no plumbing. So why is there a sink? I don't know. So all that's coming out along with this. This is all getting ripped out. It's all going to be open space down here. That's getting ripped out. All going to be open. That's all I want. One big open area and a side room. Technically, I don't think you can actually use that as a bedroom because there's no egress. You need to have an egress or a clear way out in case that way gets caught under fire, something blocking it, something where you can't get out. Those don't count. I will be installing basically the exact same stuff, kind of like this idea. Better counter, maybe with a granite countertop, I'm not sure. I actually know a place around here where I can get granite. So I may just do a shorter bar. Just see if I can get a slab, have it cut, stick it in there, and call it a day. If you're doing something like that, you can actually get it pretty cheap. It's just going to be heavy as hell when you get it, because even a slab that's even half that size, you're talking an extremely heavy weight. You don't put it in yourself. So I would have them install it, get a mini fridge up on top, and call it a day. That's it. Maybe get some cabinets up on top, and that's it. Now as far as this room goes, it's pretty much all going to be staying the same. I'll clean it up, make it look neater. We actually have to get a new washer and dryer because these are busted, which we didn't know about until after we bought it. Kind of sucks. This part over here, however, my original plan was to bust out that wall from that bedroom and extend it all the way back to about here and have a little cutout door area so that you can actually get to the power stuff. But this is all going to be made into a nice work area. You don't have to break a bank to do it. I can just go buy a bunch of beat up cabinets, finish them up real nice, put up some board to hang tools, some racks. You don't need to break a bank to do a shop area. It's made for shop stuff, so it doesn't need to be good. It just needs to look like a shop. That's what it'll be. Oh, and before I forget, the flooring looks hideous. We're gonna clean it, scrub it. I'm gonna put a nice finish on it. I have a nice finished concrete glossy look to it. It's gonna look real sharp. First off, sorry if you can hear my fan. I'm still working on getting those fixed. Those probably aren't gonna get fixed for probably a few more months. They're not top priority right now, so kind of whittling things down of area of importance. But what am I doing this weekend? Because it's Thursday. I'm gonna put this video up tomorrow. And what am I doing this weekend? Working on the gaming room. That's what I'm gonna be doing. This area right here is about 22 inches wide. I'm gonna get some shelving to put in between there. And that's going to be where we house all of the gaming consoles. It's going to be all up in there. Got to get all this stuff unpacked. For the time being, it's going to be set up neatly along the wall. A lot of this is just board games. You can see it from here. There is some other stuff. That stuff is going to be stored away in there. All right, Eric from the future here. I was going to cut that video off right there and say I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace out. But something popped up. Actually, this video is going to be going up Saturday morning now, because there is something I did want to talk about that I put off for probably a video or two, because I wanted to think about it a little further and actually come up with something to do for it. And that is, I want to start up a Patreon for the channel. So sometime in the near future, most likely in the next 2 weeks to a month, I will be starting up a Patreon for the channel. I held off doing it for the longest time because in my head, I kind of see people doing stuff like that as almost like a cash grab. I know a lot of it isn't. It's actually people trying to find other avenues for supporting the channel, because let's be honest, YouTube is not the same today that it was 10, 15 years ago, even 20 years ago. Vastly different. And it's getting to the point now where I'm getting copyright claims left and right off of videos like Kingdom Hearts. Stardew Valley was notorious. It's like every video. I'm trying to think of some other ones that have popped up. Pokemon was another one where the tune may catch, and it's all from one guy who is a troll for doing it. So it's kind of annoying. It's not even actual companies that are doing it. Disney has done it in the past, but that I totally realize it's Disney. As well as I haven't really had any for Dragon Quest, which is awesome. But it basically comes down to making sure I give you something in return for the patronage for the channel. I don't have individual names yet picked out for them, but I am going to have 2 different tiers. The first tier is going to be a basic support, basically $2 a month. You're supporting the channel. Your name will be shown as a Patreon at the end of videos as a thank you for supporting the channel. The next tier is going to be $5 a month. That tier is then going to give you access to a third Let's Play series on the channel. One that you will get roughly a month or more ahead of when it actually goes live on the YouTube channel. So apart from the 1 or 2 that are playing on the channel at the moment, you would also get a separate one just for you. And for both of these, you get your name at the end of the video as a Patreon, like I stated before. As well as one of the options that I was also thinking about was getting a Discord channel set up for anyone who is a Patreon user or a supporter. But that's basically what's going to happen in then probably the next couple weeks to a month, is setting up a Patreon for the channel. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up. I'm ecstatic for it. It means a lot getting direct support from you guys rather than trying to rely on YouTube when YouTube really isn't helping the creators anymore, unfortunately. So that's going to be coming up in the future. But now I will see you guys in the next video. So until then, take care and peace out.